Okay. Today we will go for the hooks. Okay. Like what is the React hooks? Why we want to use the React hooks? And what are the advantages of using the hooks also? So we will see what are the concepts first. So how many type of components are there? Mainly two types. One is a class based. Second one is a function based. So in a class based, we have all the lifecycle methods, right? Mounting phase, updating phase, and unmounting phase is there. And we have particular methods also. Constructor, get state from the props, and we have those methods are available. But those methods are not available inside the function components. Okay. To solve this problem, what they have done is they have created hooks. Okay. So these hooks to solve these hooks are only available for the function based components, not for the class based. If you are writing any React component with the class based, you should not use these hooks at all. You should follow only those lifecycle methods. Okay. So here we are going to, since we are going to write the function based components, we are going to follow the hooks. So these hooks are introduced in the React 16.8, and this is around the 2019. Okay. So this is around the 2019. Earlier it was not there. Only after this, only this comes. Okay. So what is these hooks? Hooks are nothing but a simple functions. Okay, which will be like replacement for the state and life cycle features of the class based components. Okay, so instead of using the class based component, we want to use the function based, but we want to use the same feature which are available in the class based. That is the reason they have released the hooks. So let us see what are the hooks are available. So these hooks will allow us to write the logic, sometimes to like uh, maintain the state. So based on the scenario, we are going to use the hooks. So mainly there are some these 7 hooks are there. Okay. So what are these 7 hooks? useState, useEffect, and useContext, useReducer, useMemo, useCallback. So each one we should use for a different scenario. All hooks are not for the same purpose. This is not a RMP doctor for all the one hook. That is, there is no hook, such hook. Okay. So, and the very important point is, so there is a star important question, like what are the rules you should follow whenever you are using the hooks? Either you are writing your own hook, or whether you are using the existing hook also. There should be some important rules. This is an interview question and star important question. Okay. So the rules are like, whenever suppose we will take one component and we'll see one hooks. Suppose let me go to demo component and demo parent or demo child. So let us demo child something. Okay, this is a simple function. Okay, whenever we are writing a function, this is like a simple one, and this simple, it is taking one argument as a props, and we are returning a some normal text. That's all. There is nothing great. Okay, so whenever you are writing your hooks, the first important rule is you should write these hooks only in the top level component. Okay, suppose you are going to write another component inside here. Suppose you are going to write another function test, something like this. Okay, you should not use these hooks inside this component. Only you should use it in the outside, like where whatever the top level component is there, right? In there only we should use it. That is the first thing. And second thing is, and we should not so this is the top level component. Okay, and second point is we should use only from the functional components. Suppose I am writing one component in the class based component. If you go to this parent class, here it is a class based component. If I am going directly right here like useState, if I am writing like this is absolutely wrong. We should not write the hooks in the class based component at all. We should write only inside the functional based. So that is a second rule. Okay, so like this, and third rule is use the correct hook. Okay, that means suppose I want to execute one code only one time, then we want to go for a useEffect, not the useState. useState is to, if you want to store any data and React want to re-render the data, then we all go for a useState. Okay, so you should use the correct hook which whenever it is required, and like the same order is not required, and use hooks conditional. We should not use these hooks inside any for loops. Don't use these hooks in any for loop or while loop, we should not use it. That is the three main condition for every hook. Okay, so these are the rules. And don't mutate directly. This is like we will set. Suppose we want to update any state, then how to update the state? We have to use the set methods only. Suppose there is a one data here. Let me go to any data employee.js. Okay. So in this example, here we have one flag is there. What is this name? Page number, set page number, something. Suppose I want to update this page number. If I am saying page number is equal to 40, whether it will reflect or not reflect, it will not reflect. We need to call using the setter method only. Okay. So that is this point. Don't mutate state directly. State should update only through the setter methods, not the direct methods. Okay. So these are the rules for the hooks. So there is a question there directly they will ask, what are the rules we should follow when we are using the hooks? So we should write only in the top level component. We should not write inside any for loops. We should not write any inner component. We should not write it. And we should use the correct hook. That is the rules. So let us go one by one here. Okay. So the first hook what we are going to learn is useState. Let us recap here from starting. Okay. So in the demo component, what we are going to do, I want to print one count number. I want to print only one number. Okay. Suppose if you want to print any number, what is the hook I can take it? Suppose let us try to write like a constant count is equal to 0. Okay. So I want to display this one here. Okay. So now we are displaying here, and this demo child we will be displaying like let me write demo child. Inside the demo parent, let me write the demo child. Okay. Okay. So we will be getting the demo child. So here we are having a 0 in the left side. Okay. So let me use the h1 tag. Okay. So we are getting the 0 right. Now I want to add a button here and click OK. So whenever we are clicking the button, I want to increment it. So we can write a simple button, right? Let us write, instead of writing like this, let us write one div. Okay. And inside the div, you can write like a child component, and I want to print the count. So there is a button also, we can write it. Button increment. Okay. So this increment, whenever we want to increment here, we want to update the value. Suppose this is a button, let us style it. Class is equal to btn hyphen primary or success, and class name is equal to m-4 and border. Just this is simple. Okay. So now whenever I'm clicking here, I want to increment this value. So if you are going to increment any value, first thing is we need to handle the click event. Let us handle the click event. We can write like a on click is equal to. So we need to write one function here, right? So let us write one function. So we can write a function, or we can write a arrow function also here. So let us go with the arrow function this time. Arrow and something like this. This is a arrow function. So inside here, I will say count is equal to count plus plus. Count is equal to count plus plus. So if you are going to reload here, click here. Is there an update? No update. Okay. This is because why it is not updating? Because React don't understand about this variable increment. Whenever we have to inform to the React, hey React, we have done some change in this variable. You re-render the component. We need to inform to the React component. So who will do that work? So here it is not doing that work, right? To track the changes, and whenever we are reloading the page also, we want to keep the old value. We should not lose the value. So that is the reason, instead of going like this, we are going for one hook called useState. What is the hook we are going for? useState. So this useState, it will return one array. This is nothing but array destructuring. So if we have two values, the first value will go to the count, and second value will go to the second value. This is the array destructuring. Okay. So in the destructuring, whenever you want to update any value, we need to call the set count. Let us go to set count here and something like this. Okay, set count. Here we can say count plus plus something. Okay, let us go here and see here. Let us reload again. Why still it is not happening? Set count, we are incrementing. So let me reload, or let us write one simple function and we can increment it here. So we can write a two ways. One is like a increment is equal to and open bracket and close bracket. Okay. So here we can write count is equal to count plus one and copy this. And here I will remove everything and we are going to use this increment function. Okay. Okay. So we are able to increase the value. So here, what is the use of this useState hook? We want to now let us see what is going to happen. Console dot log of demo children. Okay. So here, whenever we are going to do any change in the state variable, and so this is a very, very important. Let me. Okay. So let us see. Whenever I'm clicking here, it is executing right. So whenever any state variable, any change, like if you have 10 state variables, at least one state variable is changes, automatically it will execute your component from top to bottom. This process is nothing but a re-rendering. Even though my component is re-rendering from top to bottom, still my value is same, right? It is not going to the zero again. Okay. So the purpose of useState is even though your re-rendering is happening, we want to still keep the value. So for that purpose, we are using the useState. Inside the useState, you can, this is the default value. Suppose by default, I want to start with the 10. So I can give a default value and reload the page. Whenever we are reloading the entire component, here you will get a 10 value. Because whatever the default value you are giving, the default value, it will start 10. Yes. Okay. So this is about the useState. So useState is for what purpose? To track the state changes.